2023, huh?
Yeah.
Whew, that was a doozy. We had high hopes in January.
We had crazy hopes.
And it's December. And
listen, we set the bar high. Do you remember this 43?
It's 42. Will you simmer down?
Was it 42? How old are you?
How old am I?
4,200 was your goal.
I like to talk a big game, man.
Yeah. I can't believe you talked me into it. I think it was like a weekend that I was like, this is never going to happen.
My execution is not good.
Listen, my execution was fine. It still didn't happen.
I don't know why I think these things sometimes.
We wanted to take a few minutes and show you what failure looks like.
Because boy, did I fail in reaching those crazy goals.
We set some very, very high goals. So let's talk about them. Number one, Christine turned 42 in 2023. And so the goal that you came up with was, let's run, bike, hike, walk,
snowshoe,
ski 4,200 miles in 2023.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
How'd that turn out for you?
So bad.
Do you know how many you got?
I was over 2,000. That is a far cry for 4,200, which is actually okay. I don't think that's bad.
So I just went through my year in sports on Strava, and I'm at 2,800.
I'm shockingly not that far behind you.
No, you're not.
I was over 2,000, so I was a couple hundred miles behind you. And which is crazy about that is I think you're way more consistent than I am. I go big or go home, man. I show up and we kill it.
The funny thing is we usually get a lot of biking, like road biking miles, which are a lot easier to just stack up. Because you can pull off a 25-mile bike ride in an hour and a half.
Easy peasy.
But we did a lot of mountain biking.
That was our downfall, but also a rise to fame. No, fame's the wrong word.
A rise to fame?
Rise to the winner's circle. Rise to success. I mean, we failed in this goal, but that doesn't mean we failed. Because we did some epic crap.
We really did. And I thought you actually accomplished way more than you gave yourself credit for.
I never give myself any credit.
Over 2,000 miles?
The one I'm really proud of is my elevation.
What's your elevation for the year?
My elevation was good.
First of all, what was the goal? Do you know?
I didn't set an elevation goal.
I did.
Yours was crazy. It was like 300,000.
It was 230,000 feet.
Why is that such a random number?
Because it was 2023.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so for 2023, I was 230,000. And I got 190. I'm pretty sure I was almost at 190.
185.
185,000 feet for the year. And the mountain biking did help that. Because there was quite a few days on the mountain bike that we pulled off 1,000 to 3,000 feet.
Oh, for sure.
In any given day.
I think the mountain biking was definitely my downfall in the total mileage, because you could go kick your butt in a workout. You only get 8 miles, So if you look at it that way, I think my mileage is pretty impressive. But my elevation was 136,000 feet.
So you're only 50,000 feet behind me.
And I wasn't even trying. I was not working on that goal at all. I didn't even realize what yours was.
Yeah, well, I don't know that I was trying.
Okay, fair.
But in all fairness, we got like 8,000 feet on the Beaverhead race. And I think I was at 6,000 feet during the Big Sky Biggie.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you did the longer one. I think I got 2,200, which is not nearly as much as you had. That was a rough race, man.
Yeah.
But I got 3rd place. Just want to throw that out there.
She did get 3rd place. It was so funny. When we were at the race, they gave everybody awards based off of chip time. Well, there was like 300 people at the start line.
Gun time.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
At the end of the race, they gave everybody awards based off of the gun time. But there were 300 people in that start line. And so we were at the back of the pack. And so according to gun time, we wouldn't have been fast because, first of all, it was a neutral start for 2 miles. And second of all, we were an extra...
couple minutes behind.
I would say minutes before we crossed the start line.
But the difference between... So they had me on gun time. I was 11 seconds behind 3rd place. So they had me at 4th place, but when they corrected it all later, after they had handed out awards,
It was a couple days later.
I was 3rd place on chip time by a significant amount. I just didn't get an award.
Yeah, on the website, you're still 3rd.
Yeah, I am.
No award.
Wah, wah. That means I gotta go back.
But yeah, so I'm not sure if I want to talk about goals for 2024 yet.
We can talk about more winnings from Christine.
Let's talk about other wins, big wins for this year, because I want to, in the next video, build off of those wins and set the tone for what we're going to try to accomplish in 2024.
My team won LOTAJA.
Dude, I request that you bump this. They won LOTAJA.
Yeah, we did.
Their team didn't just win LOTAJA.
No, we smoked it. Smoked it. We got, okay, so it's an all-female relay in the race category. We were over 2 hours ahead of 2nd place.
2 hours.
Yeah. We won crap. Like, not only trophies, I mean, we won trophies too, but we got winners' jerseys, coolers, other stuff that I can't remember right now.
So a big shout out to the
Dust Bunnies.
The Dust Bunnies team. That includes that includes Jane and Geraldine and
Heather
and
Esther and myself.
These ladies did a fantastic job. It was extremely motivating, and that might be what one of my goals is for next year.
No, I can't even.
The LOTAJA race.
We're not talking about goals.
The LOTAJA race, if you guys have never seen it, it's Logan, Utah to Jackson, Wyoming.
It's a 200-mile bike race.
200 miles. I can't remember how many feet of elevation. It's like 10 or 12,000 feet of elevation.
Well, they go over 2 major mountain passes.
Yeah, it's huge. And there are lots of people that do it by themselves. Yep. There's 2-man teams, 4-man teams.
There's all kinds of stuff. There's
lots of different categories, but these ladies in the 5-person, all-female race category. Relay.
Nailed it. So much fun.
So cool.
What a great group of girls. I've been so privileged to be on the team for the last 3 years. It's been really fun.
Other big wins.
I did an ultramarathon and I didn't die. I thought I was going to fall off a cliff.
Well, you almost did when you tried to rescue your hat. We'll leave the link to that video in the description if you want to check that one out.
Yeah, ultramarathon. Wow.
Okay.
Who would have thunk it?
We're sitting at 4 or 5 months after. Are you going to do it again?
No.
Why not?
No. It's not my distance. It's not my love. I think that course in particular is too much exposure for me. Mm-hmm. His sister, Emily, did the race also. She killed it. She's done a ton of ultras all over.
Smoked me.
Yeah, smoked a lot of people. But she said that one was the most technical and most challenging, like hardest ultra she's ever done.
It's a hard one.
Ever.
It was like, if you guys have never had the chance, Beaverhead Ultra, so fun. You know what I really needed during that Beaverhead race to make me go better?
What?
I needed a ring of power.
The one ring?
The one ring of power.
Are you saying you could have used this ring a few months earlier?
I could have used a brand new wedding ring from Gentle Bands to really pull that power together.
Yeah, that was the downfall, I think, the ring.
Let me tell you guys just a little bit about Gentle Bands. Gentle Bands specializes in men's wedding rings. And they're not just any men's wedding rings. You guys, I'm telling you, these are the best designs with the coolest materials. They have guitar string, whiskey barrel, Damascus steel, antler, and it goes on and on. The ring that I chose specifically is called the Armstrong, and it's made out of tungsten steel and meteorite. It's really cool with these black rings around the outside edge and these shiny meteorite fragments right down the middle. I really, really like it. They have like 100 different styles to choose from, and if I had any problem, it was narrowing my selection down to just one ring. Most of their rings are 8 millimeters wide, so they look and feel beefy and strong and durable on my hand, and I really like it. It complements a man's hand really well. Seriously, just go to their website, check out all the different designs, the different materials, and see if you can find something that fits you. And right now, Gentle Bands is offering a few different specials for our viewers. First, let's start with their chains. They have recently added chains to their website that have been specifically designed to be paired with the various types of materials that they make their wedding rings out of. So I chose the Black Cuban. It's a 4mm chain. I can throw my ring on that chain anytime I'm working with my hands. I've got tools, I've got grease, whatever it is, and I don't want to get my ring dirty. I just throw it on the chain and go. It's a really nice way of keeping track of my ring so that it doesn't get damaged or ruined or lost while I'm working out or working with my hands. Next, Gentle Bands is offering free engraving on their rings, so you can leave a nice little message for that special someone. And finally, they're offering 25% off to all my viewers. All you have to do is enter FFD25 at checkout to get 25% off your next order. Check them out when you get a chance. Gentle Bands really knows how to make a men's wedding ring. And now let's get back to the video.
I just don't think that's my jam. I really like the 2-ish hour race time
So
frame.
you like the 25K?
I like the 25K a lot better. A lot. Do me a half marathon all day long. Like, I just like that better. I was a sprinter growing up. That was my thing. And so I really like really hard efforts and getting records and improving segments.
Beaverhead definitely pushed you outside your comfort zone, and I was really proud of you for sticking it through. I actually had my doubts whether or not you were going to get there on the start.
You didn't think
line.
I'd make it to the start line?
I had serious
Why?
concerns.
I'm no quitter.
No, you are no quitter, and I didn't think you'd quit, but there are lots of times that you don't train real well and super consistently. And I think you still struggled with that.
True story, yes.
But you still showed up and you performed, I thought, swimmingly.
Oh, even though there's no swimming in that one.
You were really only 30 minutes behind me.
Yeah, that was weird.
I fell apart.
This is where the addiction comes from. This is what it is. Are you ready? You do something that's really challenging like that, and when you reflect, you do this like, man, I could have done this thing better. Like, you play that game, and that's why you sign up for the next one. That's why I did triathlons for 10 years. Like, that first triathlon, I'm pretty sure almost killed me. And it was a little sprint one, but I finished it, and I was like, dang it, I could do this better. And then you go back and you try it again. I totally see how you could do that in ultras also. Because I felt the same way. Because my knees were my downfall the last 8 miles or so.
Yeah.
If my knees had not been in so much pain, I could have run the last 5 miles. From a muscular and fitness standpoint, I could have. But not from an injury standpoint.
I had a pulled muscle in early March.
Yeah.
Late March.
Yeah.
And that really took my road miles down, and my feet did not do well.
Yeah.
And I think the road miles usually help train my feet to be more...
Tough.
Yeah, just toughen up.
Mm-hmm.
And I am still almost about to lose a toenail.
Still? Mine grew back.
Mine is still
Wow,
growing
yeah.
out.
Wow. You have weird feet.
That race really beat me up this year. I am still thinking about running it.
I will support.
Okay.
I will go with Jane, and I will support.
What other big wins did you have that you were really proud of?
I can't even remember. Why can't I remember anything?
I think you improved on the mountain bike way more than you give yourself credit.
Oh yeah,
You put a lot of mountain bike miles on this year.
I did, and I have a group of girls that go in the early morning, like with bike lights and stuff, and it's really fun to ride with all girls because I usually ride with all guys, and guys are better than girls. Like, they just are. They're stronger. They have more muscle mass. They weigh more, and on a bike, all that helps you. And maybe you're less fearful of the obstacles that could hurt you. Maybe you just don't have any fear there either. So I'm a little more cautious. But when you ride with all girls, it's really fun to see that you're not actually that bad.
You get this perception in your head because you're surrounded by a lot of, let's just say, these high school kids that we ride with are so good.
Oh my gosh,
They're so strong.
it's mind-blowing how good they are.
They're very, very good. Even if we're not the most winning team out there, I would say the average high school junior or senior could blow any of us adults out of the water.
Yeah, and it's not even that. My own kids are better than me. My kids are better than me. My husband's better than me. I ride with my family most of the time.
So you make that comparison all the time.
I do. I'm the worst, if you want to call it that, of all the people I ride with regularly. So it's really fun to go with a different group and be like, oh, I can hang a little bit, which was fun. And I really thought I was gonna be at the back of Big Sky. I really, really thought that.
That is why I loved that you did the 15-mile race and that you did so well.
It was really hard.
But it was super good for you to see, even as hard as it was. I just loved that you were able to finally kind of get a litmus test of how you stacked up to some of the other people on that in that race course.
I really worked on a lot of technique over the course of the year on the mountain bike. Mountain bike is extremely technical, which I like about it because I'm a technique junkie. So I really like sports that require a lot of technique. It just takes a long time to learn it really well, especially when it's as scary as bombing down a mountain really fast.
Yeah. Okay.
But I got some top 10s.
Yeah.
On Strava. That's fun.
It's fun to see a mom of all boys get out there and do the sport and have the experiences with her boys.
I always wanted to be the kind of parent who showed up for my kids, but I think it's taking it to another level to not only show up but to do it with them. Mm-hmm. I think it's super cool.
I think those boys will remember that their whole lives. Like even my own mom was out there on the course, marshaling races. Mm-hmm. Coaching other kids, coaching me, and keeping up, I think, quite well. We will no longer be able to keep up with our boys because our youngest is about to pass us. So, I want to know, what goals did you not set that you wish you had set?
I love that question. Because my 4,200 goal that I set, I actually think was the wrong goal.
It was the wrong goal.
It was the wrong goal, and I didn't realize it until about June-ish. So about halfway through the year, and then I realized, I was like, I think I set that goal because of the people that we hang out with. They like goals like that, and so I thought it might be cool, but that's not me. My goals are really much more specific and smaller, if that makes sense. And maybe that's the sprinter in me. A goal I would prefer is to do... Let's do Randy's downhill. It's a mountain bike trail we ride all the time. I want to drop 5 seconds off of my Randy's downhill segment.
Okay.
Like that's the goal that I want. I want to run the mile 10 seconds faster. I want to deadlift a PR this year. Like those are the goals I really like.
Okay.
Performance improvement, not accumulation of miles.
So you want a different type of goal altogether.
Completely different.
Let me ask, did the goal of setting 20 or what is it, 42?
42. It's a ridiculous number.
Did your goal of 4,200, was it useful for anything?
It didn't feel like it to me.
Really? Mm-mm. But look at all the stuff that you did do. You think you would have done all those things anyway?
Yeah.
Regardless of the goal?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would have. And in fact, the goal was almost a constant reminder that I was not succeeding at it.
So I think it's really important because goals in themselves are not bad. I think that's something that I thought when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I was like, oh, somebody's going to make me set goals. Not another goal setting lesson.
Wah, goals.
I've gotten to the point now where I know myself well enough that I know what types of goals work really well for me. And that's what you're showing here as well.
Yeah. I love goals. I've always loved goals. I'm a goal-oriented person. We are, type A? Red is our personality color.
I just really love the self-awareness that goal is not the right kind of goal for you.
Yeah, and I think I really learned that during the ultramarathon training, that's not my race, that's not my desire, that's not what I want to do, and that's not my goal.
Yeah.
So I think it was all good. I don't regret doing it at all. I'm glad I did it. I had the experience. I can now brag about it. That's why we do any of this. Am I right? Am I right?
I do like those particular goals. We have a group of friends that set a goal to do a 20-miler on foot every month of the year.
Every month of the year.
And I like their goals because their goals usually lead to some kind of new type of habit. Mm-hmm. Or push you to do something really hard every month. Mm-hmm. I only did it 1 month. And that's the month I got injured. That's actually the thing I did that I think caused my injury.
Yes. I think you're right. I remember that day.
I was out really late trying to run 20 miles in like 4 or 5 hours.
I did 4 of them.
You did 4. That's what I was going to say. So that was actually what I was going to point out. Is you did way more than me.
And I didn't want to do that goal with them.
No, you didn't.
They said they were going to do it, and I'm like, okay, have fun with that one.
But I want to point out, would Grand Canyon rim to rim have happened without that goal.
Oh, with that one, it's 5.
Yeah, so you actually did 5.
Yeah, I would have done that either way. Because that was something very specific I wanted to do.
Yeah.
The other ones that I did, well, one was Beaverhead. Okay, so I was doing the race anyway. Sue's invited me to one. Well, Sue's invited me to the other one. Sue's invited me to all of them.
I just think it's so funny. Like, those people really try to use those as motivators to kind of keep them like one big goal every month so that they're constantly trained to do big things. And that didn't work for you as a goal. You were just going to do that as the thing that was bigger for you was the goal of doing the big rim to rim, the big trip.
And, well, I was actually going to say the reason I did all those 20 milers was the social time.
Oh, so you liked the social time more than the 20 miler itself?
Yeah, I did.
Or it was 2 birds with one?
Yeah, 2 birds with one probably. But they would always present it like, hey, do you want to hike over a mountain and end up on the other side? And I'm like, that sounds pretty sick. I'll do that. If you know anything about me, I'm pretty much down. You present something to me, I usually do it.
So maybe the question is, you really enjoyed most of those. I don't know that there was any of them that you did that you told me you didn't like.
No.
So would those events have even happened if somebody hadn't planned a 20 miler?
I don't think so.
So my point is, somebody having that goal still served you quite a bit.
It did. For sure.
I'm just saying, surrounding ourselves with other people that have big goals
Really influences you.
is still helpful. Whether those are the right goals for you or not, they can still help you to do some really cool crap.
Yeah. Well put.
So I just wanted to take a second and say, it's the end of 2023. Celebrate your wins. We're going to leave you with just a few minutes of a few highlights of what failure looked like for both of us in 2023.
Enjoy.
We'll see you guys in 2024.
With different goals.